It is said that behind every mask is a face, and behind that, a story. And like any given story, it has a beginning, middle, and end. So let's start from the beginning. In 1970s Japan, college students would dress up as their favorite characters from popular anime and mangas. These students showed off their fandom at schools, festivals, and eventually sci-fi conventions. Soon after, these conventions took on a variety of names, from costume shows to hero plays. This movement finally came up with what we now know as cosplay, a combination of costume and play. Over the years, cosplay has become widespread and well accepted in today's pop culture. Fans from all over come to local Comic-Cons, much like what was done from its inception. At these Comic-Cons, not only can you be comic book characters, but you can be heroes, princesses, and even movie or TV characters of your choice. In 2015, Salt Lake City Comic-Con held the record for the most people dressed in costumes, making a grand total of 1,784 cosplayers.
Cosplay is having fun, it's being confident and showing appreciation for characters that you love.
Cosplay is where you take your fandom, the one thing that you're actually the most excited about, whether it's a character, whether it's an anime, a show, whatever it is, and you want to show your respect by putting on, that character's armor, or clothes, or kind of be them. So it's, it's the best way that we can actually show our love for, for especially the art that someone else makes.
Dressing up as a character that you pick that, I don't know, I always like the character I dress up as because it's someone you connect with, really.
Dress up as your favorite character and have fun with it.
It's extremely important to ask permission to take photos or to put your arm around someone or to touch someone or pick them up. It's courteous, it shows good etiquette, and it's extremely important as to not make someone feel uncomfortable.
Cosplay Is Not Consent is that no matter how someone's dressed or who they're acting like, you don't get to go up and be creepy or touch them in any inappropriate way, or their costumes or their props. You ask to get a picture.
We have respect for you. We thank you for it. We love the fact that, you want to go and take a picture. But just show your respect.
Comic-Cons can be fun with good intentions, but what if your intentions are perceived as harassment? Do we blame you, the cosplayer, or the creator?
It's a tough question.
Harasser, 100%.
I would definitely, for myself, say the harasser.
Probably the cosplayer because they chose to wear it.
I blame the person that's touching, I mean, as far as harassment goes, the person who's harassing said person is definitely to blame.
And why is that?
I don't know. I think there's sometimes a mentality that oh, you're dressed a certain way that you should be able to do certain things, but that whole mentality is just not right.
Question, it just kind of depends on how society views it, I suppose, because at conventions, you really can wear whatever if it isn't, too super ridiculous as far as revealing goes, but I don't know, I know the anime genre has a lot of sometimes revealing stuff.
It's silly because you don't cosplay and go to conventions looking for people to touch you inappropriately, but people still kind of get that vibe.
It doesn't necessarily have to be inappropriate, but they'll just come up and touch you without asking or without talking to you.
And also, we have had experiences where people would want pictures with us, but they would get really touchy or something.
Yeah, and they'd grab around your waist or something, and it's not comfortable.
I had a friend who was dressed up as a male friend who dressed up as a male character that was shirtless, and girls all the time would just come and rub his chest.
People think that it's usually only the women that have inappropriate touching happen to them, and it's not necessarily the case. Oftentimes, I've had a couple moms come up and they'll like whisper inappropriate things, or as they're getting done, they'll raise the hand across the butt. Maybe they have like a little pinch, and so it's like it's one of those things where you want to come up, that's fine, but make sure that you're being appropriate with it.
Yeah, a friend of mine, maybe it must have been 2 years back. She was wearing something that was a little more, it wasn't very modest or anything like that. She was followed all the way down to the hall, to the basement by somebody with a camera.
But it's hard when you're the victim of it because you almost don't know what to say because it's scary.
The personal experience I had is I started cosplaying when I was 13 or 14, and my first cosplay ever was Fluttershy from My Little Pony. So you think that's the least sexual cosplay that you can possibly do, but a guy stalked me the entire convention and then finally got me to give him my phone number. And a 13-year-old girl, this 30-year-old guy kept sending me sexual messages and making me really uncomfortable because I cosplayed a character from a children's TV show. Female characters, they make them more skimpy, they make them dress a certain way, wear less. Like, the video game industry isn't going to change that, so we can't change the way we cosplay, We're not going to change how the character dresses just because you think that a real person wearing it is inappropriate, but a video game isn't.
So, the comic book creators, they draw their characters a certain way. They're supposed to be, sexy or eye-catching. And when it comes to the objectification of mostly women, but it does happen to males as well, it's not that person's fault. Like, a person, when they're objectified, it's because someone is objectifying them. They're not doing it to themselves. So it's definitely the person who is making them uncomfortable.
Yeah, the cosplayers might be a little bit more revealing, but I don't really think that it's us that are actually trying to make it a problem. So
why should you be able to go up and harass someone who's dressed as a certain character?
A lot of the time, female cosplayers, we know what brings in money, and that's why we do it, but it doesn't mean that we want the really inappropriate messages and attention. And a lot of the time, especially me, girls have body insecurities, and to do cosplays like this and get that positive feedback, it makes us feel good about ourselves.
I've always been made fun of in high school, and I was called a flat-chested boy for basically my whole life. So being able to cosplay as sexier costumes or characters, I feel like it empowers women and shows women that no matter what size you are, most of the time it's kind of geared toward curvier women, which is totally awesome too. And I love that part of cosplay is that people get to see examples and realize that I'm just as beautiful as that person. I can do that too, and it's okay. It doesn't matter what size you are. If you're confident and you're happy with what you look like, it's just fun.
But we don't want you to touch us at conventions and stuff. That's not what we want at all. We're always gonna say nasty stuff, but if we can work together to try and change people's behavior and say hey, no, you can't say that to someone, cosplay or not, then I don't know, I think eventually it'll make a difference.